Hello lovely viewers, you are most welcome to our channel Poetry Online. In this video, we shall be discussing some past questions on objective tests in literature. Kindly subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get updates on all our new videos. Once again, let us assure you of a very interesting discussion. Get ready for this lesson. Answer the following questions. A poem that relates to the heroic deeds of mighty warriors is called A. Sonnet, B. Epic, C. Epitaph, D. Ballad. The correct answer to this question is B. Epic. A writer employs dash to keep the readers in a state of expectancy. A. Climax, B. Flashback, C. Suspense, D. Retrospection. The correct answer to this question is C. Suspense. A short, emphatic, and witty saying is known as A. Allusion, B. Paradox, C. Epigram, D. Symbolism. The correct answer to this question is C. Epigram. Dialogue is important in drama because it A. Resolves conflict, B. Usually funny and lively, C. Helps the audience to relax, D. Exposes the minds of characters. The correct answer to this question is D. Exposes the mind of characters. Comic relief in a tragedy is necessary because A. It relieves tension, B. It is interesting, C. It advances the plot, D. It involves the tragic hero. The correct answer to this question is A. It relieves tension. An elegy is written to A. Praise kings, B. Mourn the dead, C. Celebrate victories, D. Criticize society. The correct answer to this question is B. Mourn the dead. I must be cruel in order to be kind. This statement illustrates the use of A. Metaphor, B. Euphemism, C. Paradox, D. Oxymoron. The correct answer to this question is C. Paradox. The organization of events in a story from the beginning to the end is known as A. Theme, B. Climax, C. Plot, D. Setting. The correct answer to this question is C. Plot. An inscription on a tomb or gravestone is an example of A. Epitaph, B. Epilogue, C. Elegy, D. Emblem. The correct answer to this question is A. Epitaph. A popular story in prose, which is orally transmitted, is called A. An anecdote, B. A folktale, C. A proverb, D. A riddle. The correct answer to this question is B. A folktale. Your hand is heavy night upon my brow. The device used in the above is A. Metaphor, B. Onomatopoeia, C. Metonymy, D. Personification. The correct answer to this question is D. Personification. The speaker's mood is A. Gloomy, B. Gay, C. Angry, D. Indifferent. The correct answer to this question is A. Gloomy. The cultural and physical background against which events in the narrative occur is known as A. Flashback, B. Characterization, C. Setting, D. Atmosphere. The correct answer to this question is C. Setting. Which of the following is exclusively associated with poetry? A. Metaphor, B. Theme, C. Subject matter, D. Rhyme scheme. The correct answer to this question is D. Rhyme scheme. Pick out the odd item among the following. A. Folktale, B. Legend, C. Proverb, D. Myth. The correct answer to this question is C. Proverb. Which of the following is true of comedy? A. It has no conflict. B. It contains no humor. C. Its characters are drawn from the upper class of society. D. It ends happily. The grouping of stressed and unstressed syllables in poetry is known as A. Intonation, B. Meter, C. Rhyme, D. Alliteration. The correct answer to this question is B. Meter. The expression man proposes, God disposes is an example of A. Antithesis, B. Paradox, C. Pun, D. Alliteration. The correct answer to this question is A. Antithesis. The expression a terrible beauty is an example of A. Onomatopoeia, B. Oxymoron, C. Pun, D. Personification. The correct answer to this question is B. Oxymoron. It is usually believed that a writer's inspiration is A. Borrowed, B. Learned, C. Inborn, D. Acquired. The correct answer to this question is D. Acquired. Oh, heavy lightness, serious vanity is an example of A. Paradox, B. Personification, C. Antithesis, D. An oxymoron. The correct answer to this question is D. An oxymoron. One of the important elements of drama is A. Conflict, B. Love, C. Battles, D. Hatred. The correct answer to this question is A. Conflict. A tragic hero falls as a result of dash in his character. A. Judgment, B. A flaw, C. A resolution, D. Romance. The correct answer to this question is B. A flaw. O villain, thou will be condemned to everlasting redemption. This is an example of A. Wit, B. Conceit, C. Parallelism, D. Malapropism. The correct answer to this question is D. Malapropism. He fell with a tad is an example of A. Assonance, B. Onomatopoeia, C. Alliteration, D. Metaphor. The correct answer to this question is B. Onomatopoeia. Drama is generally meant to be A. Read, B. Acted, C. Sung, D. Recited. The correct answer to this question is B. Acted. A literal work in which actors do not use words is an example of A. Chorus, B. Ballet, C. Mime, D. Melodrama. The correct answer to this question is C. Mime. The wrong move made by a character as a result of a flaw is called A. Hubris, B. Hemantia, C. Denouncement, D. Allegory. The correct answer to this question is B. Hemantia. Pick out the odd item among the following. A. Mime, B. Dialogue, C. Costume, D. Rhyme. The correct answer to this question is D. Rhyme. What distinguishes a play from other forms of literature is that it is A. Performed, B. Has a plot, C. Makes use of dialogues, D. Has many characters. The correct answer to this question is A. Performed. A narrator is considered unreliable when he A. Gives a biased viewpoint, B. Is a mere witness to the events, C. Does not know past events, D. Presents a story in the first. The correct answer to this question is A. Gives a biased viewpoint. The expression "all hands are needed to complete the work" is an example of A. Lithos, B. Hyperbole, C. Synecdoche. The correct answer to this question is C. Synecdoche. Pick the odd item. A. Epilogue, B. Ode, C. Dirge, D. Panegyric. The correct answer to this question is D. Panegyric. Poisonous pleasure of wine is an example of A. Metonymy, B. Conceit, C. Oxymoron, D. Paradox. The correct answer to this question is C. Oxymoron. The primary function of a satire is to A. Bring out the evils of society for punishment, B. Expose the follies of a person, C. Reveal the harm done to society for redress. The correct answer to this question is B. Expose the follies of a person. Pick the odd item. A. Auditorial comment, B. First person narrator, C. Third person narrator, D. Dramatic irony. The correct answer to this question is D. Dramatic irony. Frailty. Thy name is woman is an example of A. Climax, B. Synecdoche, C. Hyperbole, D. Personification. The correct answer to this question is D. Personification. O death, where is thy stench? O grave, where is thy victory? The literary device used in this line is an example of A. Battles, B. Metaphor, C. Apostrophe, The correct answer to this question is C. Apostrophe. O death, where is thy stench? O grave, where is thy victory? Which of the following is present in the above extracts? A. Metonymy. B. Simile. C. Metaphor. D. Rhetorical question. The correct answer to this question is D. Rhetorical question. Pick out the odd item. A. Stanza. B. Act. C. Prologue. D. Epilogue. The correct answer to this question is A. Stanza. Cowards die many times before their death, and the valiant taste death but once. The device used in the above expression is A. Epitaph. B. Epilogue. C. Apostrophe. D. Paradox. The correct answer to this question is D. Paradox. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share this video.